Let me write down the name Byron Kennedy.
This
because
a thinker.
a man this bright is the Leonardo da Vinci of radio.
What other thoughts does he have?
Yeah, he must have
just
some.
listen to his thoughts all day.
Yeah, I like this guy.
And I don't understand how you could be taking a picture of the kitchen and your friend Andy's dick gets in the way of the camera. Like, Dad, I didn't take the fucking pictures, man. It's not like I'm trying to get a good picture of the kitchen and Andy's standing there naked making pancakes. I wanted to do stand-up comedy for as long as I can remember. As a kid, I would spend hours locked away in my bedroom listening to comedy records. And I'll never forget the first time I heard Sam Kinison. I seriously couldn't believe what I was hearing. This guy was making fun of the Bible. It felt so taboo, reckless, unafraid. It was unapologetic. And I loved it, man. I was hooked. So after that, being a stand-up comic was always there. It's always been in the back of my mind. It's what I've always wanted to do with my life. But if I'm being honest, I never had the courage. I always felt like that was for much more courageous people than I could ever be. You know what the irony is about stand-up comedy? Usually in life, we're embarrassed when we suck at something because people laugh at us. In stand-up comedy, we're embarrassed if we suck because no one's laughing at Some people might be like, why are you scared of a little person? It's like, have you ever been attacked by a fucking chihuahua? When a motherfucker's compensating for size, he will wear your ass out. So what I did is I found myself gravitating towards radio and found myself on the radio. For me, radio was safe. And in radio, I could still have a voice, I could speak to an audience, I could be creative, and most importantly, I could make people laugh, which was always the goal. There's no stage, there's no spotlights. You create the audience in your mind. Everything on the radio is theater of mind, so it's like if I'm creating the audience, they're always laughing. So I managed to find a little bit of success on the radio, and I bounced around, lived in a few different states doing that. I moved up the ranks, became a VP of programming, and found myself in a executive position, which sounded cool, but wasn't. Ratings were good, everybody was happy, but me, I was miserable, and I felt like a fucking imposter. So, anyway, at the peak of my radio career, I just walked away. I was done. I just couldn't do it anymore. I honestly think it was the meetings. I fucking hate meetings. So anyway, after leaving radio, I went to work for a major record label in Nashville, Tennessee, and I enjoyed that for a while, and again found myself moving up the ranks, and again became an executive, and again found myself sitting in meetings. I was just like, how did I get back here? What am I doing? Right as my record executive career was taking off, I was sitting in a meeting when I decided that I'm gonna start over again. So I did. Man, am I the only guy that came out of quarantine and lockdown with titties? Came out of lockdown with the COVID cleavage. The comedy thing just kept coming up, and friends and people kept like telling me, you need to be a comedian. You need to be doing that. You know, I had all the bullshit that I thought mattered. The fancy office, the fancy car, the comfortable salary. I have none of those things now. I don't even own a car now. I haven't owned a car in a year. I ride a bicycle. And I've never been happier. So I decided that allowing fear to stop me from what I really wanted to do with my life, and not even trying, was just beyond cowardly and stupid. And when it comes to stand-up comedy, I was right, man. It's terrifying. But now I understand that that's why it's the most amazing thing I've ever done. And it's worth chasing, man. It's become my drug of choice. So, here I am. Now the dream is that my comic idols will come to know my name just like my radio idol did all those years ago. And Until then, I'm just going to be in the comedy clubs trying to get that fix.